Bonjour Malta and Gozo. University of Malta has been marked safe from industrial action. UʿM Voice of the Workers has suspended its directives in an announcement on Monday evening. This and more now on NEWZ.mt. UʿM Voice of the Workers has announced the suspension of industrial actions at University of Malta due to positive developments in negotiations with the government.
Exam proceedings, exchange programs and their preparations and coordination would have been significantly impacted by the union's directives. The UʿM's directives came in response to a prolonged delay of 2 years in finalizing a new collective agreement for administrative, technical and industrial university staff. On Monday evening, Union CEO Robert Abela disclosed in social media that the industrial actions had been suspended following a counter-proposal from the government. He said the proposal helped narrow the differences between the parties involved and emphasized that the union's intent was not to disrupt student activities. The situation could have been avoided had the government proactively presented a counter-proposal earlier, he said.
Repubblika's case challenging the state's decision not to prosecute some of the Pilatus Bank officials will be heard in open court.
A decision by the Court of Appeals dismissed requests by the Attorney General and the State Advocate for proceedings to be held behind closed doors. They argued that proceedings should not be held in open court in view of Malta's international obligations and the rules of international arbitration. Civil society group Repubblika welcomed the decision in its favor, calling it a triumph of democracy and transparency. Repubblika President Robert Abela said that people would now be able to know what was happening and the institutions could be held to account.
The PN will give its full support to Robert Abela if the government files a court case to get back the 400 million euros lost in the hospitals deal.
Opposition leader Bernard Gregg said the PN had provided the government with the best weapon when a court annulled the fraudulent hospitals deal in a case instituted by Adrian Delia. Gregg said on Monday that the government now wants to be part of the Nationalist Party's case against the state advocate. However, Gregg said the PN explained why the case needed to be opened without interference from the Labour Party and the government. Prime Minister Robert Abela said the Nationalist Party wanted to use the power of the courts to put pressure and try to control the actions of the Police Commissioner, the Attorney General, the State Advocate, the Cabinet of Ministers and the government. He said the PN was trying to run the government as the opposition in the minority and that the party did not believe in the basic principles of democracy.
Gozitan Labour MEP Josianne Cutajar has confirmed she will not contest the upcoming European Parliament elections.
The 34-year-old lawyer was elected in 2019 when she first contested European elections after she had served as councillor in Nador. Without elaborating, she said she had made a difficult and necessary decision at this time in her life. While Cutajar thanked all those who supported her, the reasons for her exit from the European political scene remain unclear.
By the way, I don't like flickering Christmas lights. The weather today, well, quite wet here in Hamrun and rainy throughout the day with up to 18 degrees. Thanks for watching and have a lovely one.